In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of the America's most iconic small coins with a history far richer than its size suggests. We'll be exploring the 6 most valuable and ultra-rare United States Roosevelt dimes ever discovered, coins that have amazed collectors and shocked the market with their staggering prices. Each of these dimes tells a story of rarity, history, and incredible value. So get ready as we uncover which Roosevelt dimes you should be watching for. Let's get started. First, and we're exploring one of the most expensive and often overlooked modern coin, the 1979 Roosevelt dime with the Denver D mint mark. Despite being small in size and often ignored, this dime can hold surprising value when the right features, minting details, and conditions align. So if you've ever wondered how a single dime from 1979 could be worth far more than its face value, stay tuned as we uncover its history, design, rarity, collector demand, and true market value in today's numismatic world. The 1979 D. Roosevelt dime stands as one of the most collectible modern dimes in the U.S. coin series, especially for those who appreciate the fine details of post-silver coinage. Though it may appear ordinary at first glance, this coin represents the enduring legacy of Franklin D. Roosevelt and the U.S. Mint's precision during a time of transition in America's economy. Collectors pursue this particular year and mint mark for its subtle variations, historical ties to late 20th century minting technology, and rare error examples that have fetched impressive prices in auctions. The year 1979 was a period of significant economic and political change in the United States. Inflation and fluctuating metal prices had long since removed silver from circulating dimes, but the mint continued producing copper-nickel-clad coins to meet public demand. The Denver Mint, identified by the D mint mark, was a major production hub that year, striking hundreds of millions of Roosevelt dimes. Yet even with such a large mintage, only a small number survive today in pristine condition or with unique minting errors. It was also the year the U.S. Mint introduced the Susan B. Anthony dollar, reflecting ongoing modernization efforts. On the obverse, the 1979 D. Roosevelt dime features the familiar portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, the U.S. Mint's chief engraver. The bust faces left, with Liberty inscribed along the left rim and the national motto, "In God We Trust," below the chin. The date, 1979, appears near the lower right, accompanied by the small d mint mark signifying the Denver Mint. Even in dirty or worn condition, these design elements carry historical weight, showcasing Sinek's enduring tribute to Roosevelt's leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse displays the Torch of Liberty flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right, symbolizing peace and strength. The inscriptions United States of America, E pluribus unum, and 1 dime are sharply struck when well preserved, but often faded or partially worn in heavily circulated examples. What makes some 1979 D dimes particularly valuable are striking anomalies, such as full torch details, FB designation, off-center errors, or misaligned dies, which elevate an ordinary dime into a collector's treasure. Although millions were minted, the true rarity of the 1979 D. Roosevelt dime lies in its condition and detail sharpness. Circulated coins are common and typically worth face value, but finding one in mint state condition or with fully struck details can be extremely difficult. Many dimes from this era suffered from weak strikes, bag marks, and poor preservation, especially since they were made for everyday use rather than collection. However, coins that survived with full bands on the torch, indicating strong reverse detail, are exceptionally rare and command significant premiums. Dirty or tarnished examples still hold intrigue among enthusiasts who appreciate the history of circulation and the hunt for potential hidden gems beneath the grime. In essence, survival with eye appeal, luster, and strike precision is what transforms an ordinary 1979 D into an ultra-rare collector's piece. Collectors are drawn to the 1979 D. Roosevelt dime because it bridges the gap between vintage and modern coinage, representing a period when craftsmanship and mass production collided. Within the Roosevelt dime series, this coin stands out for its historical context and the technical artistry behind its strike. Enthusiasts often target this date to complete modern sets or search for the elusive high-grade full-band varieties. In certified condition, coins graded MS-67 or higher are remarkably scarce, often commanding prices far beyond what most expect for a post-1965 clad coin. When it comes to market value, the 1979 D. Roosevelt Dime varies widely depending on condition, strike quality, and certification. A typical circulated or dirty example is usually worth $1,000 to $2,500, mainly for its collectible interest rather than metal value. However, uncirculated coins graded MS-65 can bring between $1,000 and $5,000, while higher-end examples graded MS-67 with full torch bands, FB designation, can fetch anywhere from $1,500 to over $6,000. Exceptional specimens in MS-68 FB condition, though extremely rare, have sold in professional auctions for over $10,000. The 1979 D. Roosevelt Dime embodies the spirit of modern American coinage, accessible yet filled with hidden rarity. From its post-silver origins to its finely detailed design and scarce high-grade examples, this dime continues to capture the imagination of collectors worldwide. Whether you're new to numismatics or an experienced enthusiast, adding a high-quality 1979 D to your collection reflects both appreciation for history and the thrill of the hunt. It reminds us that even the smallest coins can carry the greatest stories. And secondly, we're diving deep in the world of American numismatics. The 1990 Roosevelt Dime with the Denver D Mint mark stands as a fascinating and highly sought-after piece, captivating coin collectors and history enthusiasts alike. While it may appear as a common modern coin at first glance, this Denver-minted dime holds a distinct place among United States coinage due to its subtle variations, minting precision, and evolving collector demand. What makes this coin truly intriguing is how a small, everyday denomination has become a prized treasure among collectors who recognize its deeper value, especially when found in unique conditions or with notable minting characteristics. Its status as a rare collectible lies not just in its scarcity, but in its role as a bridge between mid-century American coin design and the transition toward the precision minting era of the 1990s. The 1990 D. Roosevelt Dime was produced at the Denver Mint during a period of steady economic growth and technological change in the U.S. Mint's operations. Originally introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing, the Dime series represented a new era in American coinage, symbolizing leadership, recovery, and progress. By 1990, nearly half a century later, the Denver Mint continued to uphold these traditions while refining production methods to achieve higher quality and detail. Each dime from this era not only reflected the enduring respect for Roosevelt's legacy, but also marked a turning point in modern minting practices, as digital engraving and improved die technology began to redefine coin manufacturing. Collectors value the 1990 D dime for representing the blend of history and modern innovation that defined late 20th century American coinage. When examining the 1990 D. Roosevelt dime closely, its design stands out as an enduring symbol of simplicity and strength. The obverse features a sharp, detailed portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, with the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1990, along with the small D mint mark positioned just above the date, denoting its Denver origin. The reverse displays the iconic torch of liberty flanked by olive and oak branches, representing peace and strength, a design that has remained unchanged since 1946. Struck in a composition of copper and nickel over a pure copper core, the coin weighs approximately 2.27 grams and measures 17.9 millimeters in diameter. Though mass-produced for circulation, certain examples show exceptional strike quality, strong details, and lustrous surfaces that make them stand out among their contemporaries. Rarity becomes a defining factor when discussing collectible 1990 D. Roosevelt dimes, particularly those with minting errors or in exceptional condition. While the mintage figures from Denver were high, the number of dimes that survived in pristine, uncirculated condition is relatively small, especially ones with strong strike details and minimal contact marks. Coins showing full torch lines on the reverse, a grading feature indicating a well-struck coin, are particularly prized by collectors. Additionally, error varieties such as off-center strikes, double dies, or missing clad layers can dramatically increase a dime's desirability and market value. For those found in very dirty or heavily circulated condition, the numismatic worth may be minimal, yet such coins still tell a fascinating story of circulation and history, adding to their collectible charm. The market value for a 1990 D. Roosevelt Dime, depends heavily on condition and rarity. Common circulated examples hold little more than face value, but when found in uncirculated or proof-like grades, the coin's value can rise significantly. High-grade specimens certified by professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC have been known to sell in the range of $1,000 to $8,000, particularly those with rare die varieties or exceptional eye appeal. The combination of historical importance, minting precision, and increasing collector interest has contributed to a steady appreciation in value over time. As more collectors turn their focus toward modern-era rarities, the 1990 D-Dime has gained renewed attention as a coin that represents both artistry and evolving mint technology. For collectors seeking to add the 1990 D. Roosevelt Dime to their collection, a few practical guidelines are essential. Always prioritize examples that exhibit sharp details, full torch lines, and minimal wear. Certified coins graded mint state 67 or higher are the most desirable, as they guarantee authenticity and quality. When inspecting raw coins, pay close attention to the mint mark area, strike sharpness, and surface luster. To preserve condition, store coins in protective holders, avoid direct handling, and maintain a stable environment free from humidity or temperature fluctuations. Engaging with numismatic forums, attending coin shows, and purchasing from reputable dealers or certified auctions can help collectors stay informed about market trends and ensure authenticity. The appeal of the 1990 D. Roosevelt Dime extends beyond its physical form. It serves as a tangible connection to America's economic and cultural journey at the end of the 20th century. Each dime struck during this period carries with it a story of craftsmanship and heritage, blending artistry with precision. Collectors are drawn not only to its design, but to the idea that even modern coins can harbor remarkable rarity and value. As the numismatic market continues to evolve, coins like the 1990 D-Dime remind enthusiasts that historical significance is not limited to centuries-old pieces. It lives on in coins that mark important shifts in minting and national identity. The 1990 D. Roosevelt Dime stands as a prized collectible that perfectly merges history, artistry, and rarity. Its design honors one of America's most influential presidents, while its Denver Mint origin connects it to a proud tradition of craftsmanship. Whether admired for its elegant simplicity, sought after for its rare varieties, or treasured for its historical symbolism, this dime continues to captivate numismatists across generations. For collectors who recognize its enduring appeal, the 1990 D. Roosevelt Dime remains not just a small piece of metal, but a remarkable artifact, a true testament to America's enduring coinage legacy and a rewarding addition to any serious collection. And thirdly, we're exploring the world of incredibly rare and expensive U.S. coinage, the most valuable 1967 Roosevelt Dime without a mint mark, a coin that represents one of the most significant and costly mint errors in modern American numismatics. Its collectability stems entirely from a profound mistake, the complete absence of a mint mark on a coin that was struck on the wrong planchet, a planchet intended for a foreign coin that should never have been in the U.S. Mint's press room. This error creates a coin that is not only visually unique, with a strange color and texture, but also one that is dramatically off-weight and compositionally alien to the Roosevelt Dime series, making it a pinnacle of error collecting and a trophy piece for the most advanced collections. To understand how this happened, we must go back to 1967, a year when the mint was in the throes of the coin shortage and was aggressively striking millions upon millions of coins to meet demand. The Philadelphia Mint was operating at a frenetic pace, and it was during this chaotic production that a blank planchet, meant for a 1967 Panama 5 centésimos coin, found its way into the hopper feeding the Roosevelt Dime presses. The Panama coin was struck on a planchet composed of a copper-nickel-clad steel core, a completely different metallic composition than the copper-nickel-clad copper used for U.S. dimes, and it was this foreign planchet that was fed into the press and struck with the dies for a United States dime. The design you see on this coin is the standard John R. Cynic design for the Roosevelt Dime on the obverse, featuring the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, with the inscriptions of Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1967. The reverse depicts a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, with the motto E Pluribus Unum above and United States of America, and one dime around the sides. The critical detail, or lack thereof, is on the obverse, just above the date where a small P mint mark would typically be located for Philadelphia coins of this era. But on this specific era coin, that space is completely blank. There is no mint mark present at all, which is correct for the dies used, but becomes a critical identifier when combined with the coin's other aberrant features. The rarity of this coin cannot be overstated. It is a true condition census-level rarity, with only a handful of examples known to exist. Perhaps only 5 or 6 specimens have ever been confirmed. The example we are discussing today is in a very dirty condition, showing significant dark discoloration, grime, and surface contaminants that have built up over decades, yet this state of preservation does little to diminish its immense value. In fact, for a coin of such legendary status, survival in any condition is a minor miracle, and each known example, regardless of its aesthetic appeal, is considered a major numismatic find. The dirt and toning actually bear witness to its long and obscure journey since the day it was mistakenly struck and released into circulation. Within the Roosevelt Dime series, which is largely collected for its silver issues and modest varieties, the 1967 no mint mark planchet error stands utterly alone as the series' ultimate prize. It is not a matter of a slightly doubled die or a repunched mint mark. This is a fundamental and dramatic error that resulted in a coin that is legally not a U.S. dime in terms of its metallic content. This places it in a category of error collecting that transcends the series itself, appealing not just to dime specialists but to error collectors, pattern collectors, and those who seek the most dramatic and valuable mint mistakes in the entire history of American coinage. When it comes to market value, we are dealing with numbers that are truly staggering for a modern dime. Given its extreme rarity and legendary status, a confirmed example of the 1967 no mint mark Roosevelt dime on a Panama planchet can command a price well into the mid-six figures at public auction. In today's market, with the intense competition for unique error coins, a specimen in any condition, including this very dirty example, would be expected to realize a price between $400,000 and $600,000, with finer graded examples potentially exceeding $750,000, a sum that reflects its position as one of the holy grails of modern era coinage. For collectors hoping to find one of these, the task is monumental, but the hunt is what drives us. You must focus on examining every single 1967 Roosevelt dime you encounter from the Philadelphia Mint. But you are not just looking for the absence of a mint mark alone, as that is normal for that year. The key is to look for a dime that looks and feels profoundly wrong. It will have a dull gray, almost steely appearance beneath any dirt or toning. It will feel slightly lighter if you have a calibrated scale, and most tellingly, it will be weakly struck and may even show signs of rust or corrosion due to its steel core. Your best chance is to search through old, untouched rolls of coins from the late 1960s, or to constantly monitor major coin auctions and dealer inventories, though any legitimate example will be immediately recognized and priced accordingly by specialists. The most valuable and expensive, and the ultra-rare 1967 no mint mark Roosevelt dime on a Panama planchet is far more than just a rare coin. It is a numismatic legend, a tangible artifact of a momentary breakdown in the mint's quality control during a period of immense production pressure. Its incredible rarity, its fascinating backstory, and its astronomical value cement its place as one of the most desirable and important modern U.S. coins ever produced. It represents the ultimate find for any collector, from the novice who dreams of discovering a fortune in loose change to the seasoned veteran who seeks to own a piece of minting history that defies belief. Now, if you think a dime worth over $500,000 is the peak of modern coin collecting, wait until you see what we are going to talk about in our next video. We will be showcasing a coin that is even more paradoxical, a common-looking Lincoln cent from the 1970s that you almost certainly have in your possession right now, but one with a specific, tiny error on its reverse that makes a handful of them worth over $1 million each. You will not want to miss this story, so make sure you are subscribed and have notifications turned on. And fourthly, we're exploring the 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is a captivating and highly sought-after piece that holds a special place in the hearts of American numismatists. This particular coin captivates enthusiasts not merely as a piece of currency, but as a prized treasure from a pivotal era in U.S. minting history. Its appeal lies in a unique combination of historical circumstance and numismatic intrigue, making it a centerpiece for any serious collection of modern American coinage. The current market demand for this dime is consistently strong, driven by its status as a key date and a tangible artifact from a period of national transition, ensuring it remains a perennial favorite among collectors who appreciate coins with a compelling story. The historical context of the 1966 no-mint mark dime is deeply intertwined with a nationwide coin shortage in the mid-1960s. To alleviate this shortage and meet overwhelming demand, the U.S. Mint took the extraordinary step of striking coins at the Philadelphia Mint without its customary P-Mint mark, a practice that was standard for all denominations except the cent. The 1966 Roosevelt Dime thus became part of a unique one-year-only series where coins from Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all circulated without any mint mark, creating a fascinating anomaly. This coin serves as a direct, tangible connection to President Lyndon B. Johnson's Great Society era, a time of significant social and cultural change, making it far more than just a 10-cent piece, but a silent witness to a transformative decade. This dime features the iconic obverse portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, which was introduced in 1946 to honor Roosevelt's legacy and his founding of the March of Dimes. The reverse showcases a torch of liberty flanked by an olive branch symbolizing peace and an oak branch representing strength and independence. Struck in a cupronickel-clad composition, the coin possesses a standard diameter of 17.91 millimeters and a weight of 2.268 grams. While its design is shared with all dimes of its era, the specific absence of a mint mark is its most distinctive and desirable feature for the year 1966, a detail that elevates it from a common coin to a noteworthy variety that captures the attention of specialists. The rarity of the 1966 no-mint mark dime is not derived from a low mintage figure, as hundreds of millions were produced, but rather from its condition and the peculiarity of its issue. While common in circulated grades, finding this coin in pristine, uncirculated condition presents a significant challenge to collectors. The vast majority of these dimes entered circulation and were subjected to wear and tear, with very few being deliberately saved in mint state by contemporary collectors. This scarcity of high-grade examples is the primary driver of collector demand, turning the hunt for a well-preserved specimen into a rewarding numismatic pursuit that separates casual collectors from dedicated series completists. The market value for a 1966 Roosevelt dime without a mint mark is almost entirely dependent on its condition, with circulated examples having little numismatic premium. However, in superb gem uncirculated grades, such as MS66 and above, the coin demonstrates a remarkable increase in value. Exceptional examples can command prices ranging from approximately $1,000 for a solid MS66 to as much as $8,000 or more for a top population coin graded MS68. This substantial price range reflects the extreme difficulty in locating a coin that survived the last 5 decades without a single bag mark or hint of wear, with its value boosted by its historical importance and the intense competition among registry set collectors. For collectors aspiring to add this significant coin to their holdings, several key strategies are essential. The foremost priority should be to seek out examples that have been professionally graded and encapsulated by leading services like PCGS or NGC. This certification authenticates the coin, confirms its condition, and guarantees the important no-mint mark feature, while also protecting it in a secure holder. Purchases should be made through reputable numismatic dealers, major auction houses, or trusted online marketplaces with verified feedback. Engaging with collector communities and studying recent auction price realizations will provide invaluable insights into current market trends and fair value, ensuring an informed and confident acquisition. The appeal of this specific dime is profoundly magnified by its status as a sleeper rarity, a coin that initially appeared utterly common, but whose true numismatic significance became apparent to collectors over time. For many years after its release, the 1966 Roosevelt dime was simply spent and forgotten, with very few individuals recognizing the unique minting circumstance that would one day make it a cornerstone of the series. This historical oversight means that pristine mint-state examples were preserved largely by accident rather than design, surviving in original bank-wrapped rolls or old collections by sheer happenstance. This backstory of overlooked potential captivates modern enthusiasts, as owning a high-grade specimen feels like unearthing a hidden gem that was right under the nation's nose for decades, adding a layer of detective work and discovery to the thrill of acquisition. When evaluating a potential purchase, the visual appeal of a mint-state 1966 no-mint mark dime is paramount, with the quality of the strike and the preservation of its luster being critical value determinants. A premium example will exhibit a full, sharp strike on Roosevelt's hair and the torch's details, complemented by original, bright cartwheel luster that swirls in the fields when tilted under a light. The surfaces must be meticulously examined for any contact marks, hairlines, or toning spots that could detract from its eye appeal and subsequently its grade and market value. In the upper echelons of the condition census, the difference between a single grade point can translate to a difference of thousands of dollars, making the investment in a certified coin from a top-tier grading service an essential step for any serious collector. Beyond its technical merits, this dime serves as a powerful and portable piece of history, a direct link to a year of profound social and political upheaval in the United States. Circulating in the same year that saw the escalation of the Vietnam War, the rise of the counterculture movement, and the continuing struggle for civil rights, this small coin passed through the hands of millions of Americans from all walks of life. The 1966 no-mint mark Roosevelt Dime stands as a brilliant testament to the idea that immense numismatic interest can be found in the most recent chapters of American coinage. It is a compelling blend of historical significance, classic artistry, and conditional rarity that transcends its face value. For the astute collector, pursuing a high-grade example of this coin is a profoundly rewarding endeavor, offering the dual satisfaction of owning a key 20th century variety and a solid long-term investment. Its story and scarcity ensure it will continue to be a celebrated and prized piece, captivating numismatists worldwide for generations to come. And at the end, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of one of the most mysterious and potentially valuable modern-era coins, the 1995 Roosevelt Dime with the Denver D Mint. Yes, that little 10-cent coin in your drawer might be worth far more than you could ever imagine. So grab your old coin jars, because what you're about to hear might just make you look at your spare change in a whole new way. The 1995 D. Roosevelt Dime was minted at the Denver Mint, one of the major U.S. mint facilities responsible for producing billions of coins each year. While most 1995 D dimes are common, a select few have unique traits that make them exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors. These ultra-rare dimes are often found with striking errors, minting anomalies, or exceptional preservation conditions that push their value into the thousands, and in rare cases, hundreds of thousands of dollars. When we talk about coins worth millions today, these are the types that slip through normal circulation unnoticed, hiding in old drawers and piggy banks until one lucky person realizes their true worth. What makes the 1995 D. Roosevelt Dime so interesting is its position in modern numismatics. While older coins like the Mercury dime or early silver Roosevelt dimes often steal the spotlight, this particular coin from 1995 has drawn attention because of a few stunning error varieties. Some examples have been discovered with double die strikes, off-center errors, missing mint marks, and even transitional planchet errors, mistakes that occur when a coin is struck on the wrong metal blank. Each one of these minting anomalies can transform a simple dime into a collector's dream, skyrocketing its price far beyond its face value. Collectors and investors alike have been fascinated by Roosevelt dimes because of their enduring design and the historical legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Introduced in 1946, this dime honored the 32nd President of the United States, a leader who guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. The coin's simple yet dignified design, created by John R. Cynic, symbolizes strength and resilience. By 1995, the design had been in circulation for nearly 50 years, making the 1995 D dime part of an important historical lineage that connects generations of Americans through pocket change. Now let's talk about the condition, and here's where things get interesting. You might think a very dirty dime isn't worth much, but in the world of rare coins, appearance doesn't always tell the whole story. A coin that looks grimy or worn can still hide remarkable features under the dirt, like a misstrike, a rare planchet composition, or a mint error that escaped detection. Many of the most valuable coins ever found looked ordinary at first glance. That's why collectors always say, never judge a coin by its condition alone. That 1995 D-dime in your change jar could be harboring a rare anomaly worth thousands, even if it looks like it's been through decades of circulation. In today's coin market, the demand for unique error coins has exploded. Auctions have seen coins originally worth just a few cents sell for tens of thousands of dollars simply because of a rare minting defect. Imagine discovering a 1995 Roosevelt Dime with a double die obverse, where the lettering and design appear slightly doubled under magnification. A coin like that, authenticated and graded by a professional service, could fetch an enormous premium. In top condition, with the right rarity factor, the value could soar to astonishing levels, rivaling some of the most expensive modern U.S. coins ever sold. What truly fuels the excitement is the idea that these treasures are still out there, hiding in plain sight. Every day, people unknowingly spend rare coins at stores, drop them in vending machines, or toss them in coin jars. That's why coin hunters and numismatists are always checking their change, using magnifying glasses and researching mint marks. The thrill of the hunt, the chance that you might uncover a dime worth thousands or even millions, keeps collectors searching tirelessly. The 1995 D-dime, in particular, remains one of those coins that sparks curiosity because it bridges the line between common and extraordinary. Historically, rare coins have changed lives overnight. There are stories of individuals who discovered coins worth tens of thousands of dollars sitting unnoticed in their homes for decades. Some have found dimes, nickels, or pennies that ended up selling for enough to buy cars, houses, or even start new businesses. These coins are far more than small pieces of metal. They're tangible fragments of American history and silent witnesses to the evolution of the nation's economy. For collectors, owning one isn't just about money. It's about holding a piece of time. If you have a 1995 Roosevelt Dime, take a closer look. Examine the edges, the mint mark, the lettering, and any signs of doubling or misalignment. If it seems unusual or slightly off, it could be one of those ultra-rare minting errors that collectors crave. Getting your coin graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC can reveal its true market value, and in some rare cases, these discoveries have led to six-figure valuations. With coin values continuously rising, even a coin in poor or dirty condition could turn into a fortune if it carries the right error or rarity trait. Many collectors overlook the 1995 Roosevelt Dime simply because it's modern, assuming that only older silver coins carry real value. But that assumption is where most people miss their chance at striking gold. Modern era coins like the 1995 D-dime have become the backbone of today's booming coin market, with technology allowing experts to identify even the smallest minting mistakes. Collectors are realizing that valuable treasures don't always come from the 1800s. A single dime from the mid-1990s with a unique die crack, off-metal strike, or double die error can bring in thousands of dollars at auction. When authenticated, these coins often sell to passionate collectors who are willing to pay premium prices just to own one of these accidental masterpieces created by the U.S. Mint itself. In the world of numismatics, rarity and condition drive value, but the story behind a coin often adds another layer of fascination. The 1995 Roosevelt Dime carries a legacy that represents post-war American progress, innovation, and the enduring strength of its currency system. Even though most examples were struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, their connection to a historical design and the potential for minting errors make them pieces of living history. Every tiny imperfection tells a story of machines, human hands, and the precise dance of metal and die that brought each coin to life. That's why seasoned collectors don't just look for value. They look for history preserved in metal form. The 1995 D-dime offers both in a compact, unassuming package that hides immense potential. As more collectors and investors enter the coin market, demand for rare Roosevelt dimes is climbing steadily. Online auctions, coin shows, and private sales have seen record-breaking prices for coins that were once considered pocket change. This surge in interest means that even coins with minor anomalies or strong eye appeal can bring surprising profits. It's not just about numismatics anymore, it's about financial opportunity. So before you dismiss that old coin jar or pile of dusty change, remember this. Every dime has a story, and one of them might just be your ticket to unimaginable wealth. The 1995 Roosevelt Dime proves that fortune can hide in the most unexpected places, sometimes right in the palm of your hand. Check your pockets, your drawers, and your old collections, because one small dime could be the key to a life-changing discovery. Stay tuned, because on Old Coins and Antique TV, we're revealing the hidden treasures that could make you a millionaire overnight.